It's KCL time once again here in Normal, Illinois. I'm Braden Hartman, joined by Leo Romano, and today's game is a good one. It's going to face the two winners from yesterday. It's going to be the BlueCaps versus the Prairie Flamingos. First, let's introduce the lineup for the Flamingos. Cole Yates will lead off and play second. Alec Novotny will be at short and bat second. Roseman will do the catching, Roy Roseman. Keaton Davis will play first and bat cleanup. Anthony Couch will be the designated hitter in the 5 spot. Maddox Clawwater will be at third. Braden Elliott will play left and bat 7th. Batting 8th is Grant Dose, the center fielder. And then in right is Blaine Friedmansky.
And in a moment, it'll be important to meet the defensive lineup for the home team, the BlueCaps, because if this game is as good as the World Cup semifinal earlier today between Argentina and England, defense is going to decide this one.
First pitch to Cole Yates is in there for strike one. The pitcher, Chase Lockwood, the right-handed pitcher. He's thrown 9 innings, 1 run, 10 strikeouts, and only 1 walk on the year. So really good command from the young man. Here's the pitch. Ground ball over to third. It's fielded cleanly. Throws across the diamond. Routine for him, and that'll be the first out.
Braden Montgomery has been one of the main puzzle pieces so far this year on the defensive side for the BlueCaps, and it's a perfect opportunity to meet the rest of the defense. Braden Montgomery at third base. The Lucas brothers are in the middle infield. Austin Lucas at shortstop. Michael Lucas at second base. Michael Roselle completes the infield. Josh Eisfelder doing the catching for Chase Lockwood. And from left to right in the outfield, it's Carter Lang, Grayson Schnurley, and Carson Butler.
Alec Novotny will now step in. First pitch is in, right in the same spot. Ground ball over to third. He'll throw to first again. Pick, not able to make the play. He'll go to second. The catcher will grab it, and he's going to be up there easy. Novotny advances to second on the errant throw from the third baseman, Montgomery. And the Prairie Flamingos have a runner in scoring position early.
For Braden Montgomery, that's only his second error of the season. Before that was fielding at 95%. An uncharacteristic throw from the hot corner. Sets up Roy Roseman from the left side.
Roy Roseman from ISU. So hometown kid steps in. He's a lefty. He'll face the righty Lockwood. The first pitch is a fastball on the outside part of the plate for strike one. Lockwood loves to be aggressive. Has a good tendency of getting ahead early. He does so there with the first pitch fastball. Next pitch. In the same spot, an outside fastball called strike 2. Maybe Roseman didn't like that one. Took a second. Looked back at the umpire, and then will step back in. 0-2 count now. Lockwood's got him right where he wants him. Lucas holding on the runner. Retreats back to his position. Here's the next pitch. High fastball. Good decision from Lockwood. Couldn't get a swing, though, from Roseman, and it's now 1-2.
Roseman was originally scheduled to play first base for the Flamingos today. And after Braden Barber got scratched, he's going to be catching.
Here's the 1-2. Ground ball up the middle. It might get through, and it will. Coming in to score is going to be the runner from second. And it is now 1-0 Prairie Flamingos. They take advantage of the error, and they get a run out of it. 1-0.
That'll go down as an RBI single off the bat of Roy Roseman. Alec Novotny all the way from shortstop. The shortstop all the way from second base comes in to score. Quickly, Prairie Flamingos jump ahead 1-0.
Next in is Keaton Davis, batting just below 300, 295 in the year in KCL action. First pitch in there. The throw, a little bit of a loop throw, and they're still going to get him at second. That was a close play. Eisfelder out of the glove, kind of floated it down to second. The tag was applied, and it was just in time.
It didn't look pretty, but it got the job done, Braden. Josh Eisfelder gets Roy Roseman.
Man, Roseman kind of slid a little bit earlier than he probably should have, too. Took a second to slide in, maybe slowed him down just a bit for him to be called out. The next pitch misses low and away for ball 1. 1-1 count. Lockwood, 10 strikeouts on the year for the BlueCaps. Next pitch, ground ball over to first. It'll get through the gap between first and second into right field. So Keaton Davis keeps it coming with a single of his own.
Back-to-back singles for the Prairie Flamingos. Already ahead 1-0, and now Anthony Couch, the designated hitter, will step in. He went 0 for 4 yesterday, striking out 3 times and grounding back out to the pitcher in the 6th, looking to turn things around today.
Couch steps in the right-handed batter's box. The first pitch from Lockwood, a fastball hit in the air to right. It's going to go foul just beyond the seats in right field.
Prior to yesterday, Anthony Couch, 167 average.
Next pitch, fouled off right behind him. Quickly moves to 0-2. Davis standing over there at first. No stolen bases on the air. Still searching for that first one. Very close to the first base bag, so it doesn't look like he'd steal. Don't think he would in an 0-2 count either. Couch at the plate. 0-2 is the count. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Just missed outside. A great spot from Lockwood. Good 0-2 spot, but it will be a ball. Nice take by Couch. Lockwood checks first, then comes set. This time he's on the run. Here's the pitch. Ground ball over to short. Fielded cleanly on the one hop. Throws it over to first. It's high. And it will go off of the Blue Cap dugout screen. It'll be fielded by the catcher. But by then, it's going to be second and third now for the Prairie Flamingos. So 2 errant throws from the left side of the field.
Chase Lockwood doing his job, getting the Prairie Flamingos to hit ground balls over to the left side. They're just rolling over it right now. But Montgomery and Lucas both with errant throws to start off this one. And now there's 2 in scoring position, and the Flamingos have a chance to capitalize even further off these errors, already up 1-0.
That time it was Austin Lucas with the errant throw from shortstop. And now bring up the dangerous Clawwetter, batting .452 on the team, and he leads the Prairie Flamingos in average. Would love to improve that average and get a run or 2 here in this at-bat. 2 outs to do it. First pitch misses high on off-speed pitch from Lockwood. Can't catch the zone, 1-0.
To your point, Maddox Clawwetter just swinging one of the hottest bats in the KCL. 14 hits on the season.
The 1-0 in the air, and it'll go foul down the right field line. Gets right back even, 1-1.
And shockingly enough, only 6 RBIs to his name, looking for his 7th and 8th right here.
You would love to have a meaningful hit here. Here's the 1-1 pitch to the righty. Fastball just misses low. Low and away, and it's now 2-1. Lockwood's got to be a little bit frustrated. 2 plays have happened so far in this top half of the first that should have been out. That's hit in the right field. That's going to split the gap. 2 runs will score for the Prairie Flamingos. Clawwetter chugging for third, and he will be up, sliding in. And it is a 2 RBI double for Clawwetter, and the Prairie Flamingos putting the pressure on early. It's 3-0.
Yeah, the Prairie Flamingos are just doing their job. They're putting the ball in play, forcing this Blue Caps defense to make a good play, and they have yet to come up with any answers. The Prairie Flamingos just taking advantage of the Blue Caps miscues here early on, already 3-0. Now the red-hot Braden Elliott steps in.
Here's the first pitch to Elliott. Fastball catches the top part of the zone for strike 1. Blue Caps 2 errors so far in the top half of the first. The first one happened with Novotny at the plate. The second one with Couch. The now 0-1. Hit in the air to right. It's going to be close to the wall, and it will go foul. 0-2 now. Landed over in the Portillo's club. I should have clarified which wall. The people listening obviously don't have a TV, so maybe some of you got excited there. But it was the foul down the right side of the field, right next to the Blue Cap bullpen on the right side of the field.
That ball just drifted foul. Wind blowing a little right to left today. Everyone in their normal spots right now on the field.
Here's the 0-2. A slider. Got him. Strike 3. He gets Elliott looking. And he says, man, if you guys can't do it, I'll do it myself. Gets a strikeout looking. And that'll end not a very good inning for the Blue Caps. 3-run score for the Prairie Flamingos. We'll go to the bottom of the first. Welcome back. The Prairie Flamingos get 3 in the top half of the first. They now take the field. Roy Ralston's going to lead the charge. He comes into this game on the mound. The righty with a 1-1 record, 12 innings pitched, 2 earned runs, impressive, and 13 strikeouts. A very impressive 1.17 ERA. Here's the first pitch from him. An outside fastball. Gets Carter Lang swinging. That'll be strike one. Lang leading off for the Blue Caps today. Currently sporting a .235 average. Here's the second pitch. Hit in the air. It's going to be playable. Shallow right field. Friedmansky originally don't think he saw it, but now he'll come in to make the play, calling off Yates, and that'll be the first out.
Blaine Friedmansky is the right fielder. Grant Dose is playing over in center. Braden Elliott in left field for this Prairie Flamingos defense. And coming in, Maddox Clauder is at third base. Alec Novotny, after an unbelievable game yesterday, returns to shortstop. Cole Yates is the second baseman. Keaton Davis is over at first. Roy Ralston doing the pitching, and Roy Roseman the catching.
Here's the first pitch up and in to Austin Lucas. He's the second man that Ralston will face in this one.
The second man he'll face. The first Lucas he'll face. Austin's brother Michael awaiting on deck.
Here's the 1-0 from Ralston. Just missed on the inside part of the zone. Really close. Really nice spot, but an even better take from Lucas. Austin Lucas, a lefty. Michael Lucas, a righty. So not only their brothers are also opposite-handedness. Here's a 2-0 pitch. Fastball. Outside, perfectly placed. Lucas, all he could do was foul it off to the left side. 2-1 count now. He gets a strike on the tally.
Austin Lucas came into the summer undecided. He still is, but his average being just north of 300 has to be getting him some good looks.
Here comes Ralston's 2-1. Fastball, ground ball over to first. It'll be fielded by Davis. He'll walk on over to the bag. And quick 2 outs. Great work from Ralston early.
Ralston does a good job of forcing players to hit the ball in play. Contact hitter. Does have a couple strikeouts on the season, but he'll use his defense today.
His brother Michael will step in now. He has 2 home runs on the year, .278 average, .881 OPS. Impressive stats with the bat. Batting righty, here's the first pitch from Ralston. Gets away from the catcher Roseman to the backstop. Nobody on base for it to matter, though. It'll be just ball 1.
Michael Lucas going to play his collegiate ball at John Wood Community College. Shout out Blazers.
The 1-0 fastball just misses low.
First 3 batters here for the Blue Caps all did not play in yesterday's 4-3 win over the Groundslots. Interesting lineup out of manager Dave Lingle.
Next pitch, hit in the air to left. It's crushed. It's going to be close to the wall. It'll one hop off the left side right next to the foul pole. It'll be fielded by Elliott. And Lucas has a stand-up double.
That's Michael Lucas's 3rd double of the season. Good enough for his 11th hit, which now ties not the team lead, but second on the team with Griffin Meeker, his brother Austin Lucas, and Colby Glenn.
Braden Montgomery, the cleanup man, will now step in. He has a chance to cut in the lead a little bit. With a hit, they can maybe score Lucas from second and make it a 2-run deficit instead of a 3. Holding him on is Yates over there at second. Now will come to the plate. First pitch is a fastball in the zone for strike 1.
Ralston early looks very comfortable on the mound. Other than that Michael Lucas double just a moment ago, he's been dotting the corners and allowing the Blue Caps to put the ball in play.
Here's the 0-1. Early swing from Montgomery. Just barely caught a piece of it. It'll end up behind the backstop for a foul ball, and he's down to his last strike in this at-bat. 0-2.
Montgomery, one of 3 Blue Cap players in this lineup who played last night, along with Carson Butler and Grayson Schnerly.
Ralston's 0-2. Off speed, got him swinging. A half swing from Montgomery will not touch the baseball. A nice soft speed pitch from Ralston. He goes with the slider to set him down. So a big 0 after scoring 3 on the offensive side. They'll come back up, hoping for more. Your score, 3-0 Prairie Flamingos through 1. Prairie Flamingos back up to bat now. They almost batted through the lineup. Grant Dose, the 8-man, will lead off this top half of the second. Dose is tied for second on the team with 9 RBIs. He'll step in, hoping to get them started once again after a 3-run inning back in the first. First pitch from Lockwood is a slider in there for strike 1. Next pitch. Just misses inside.
You mentioned the 9 RBIs Grant Dose has to his name. Also boasts a .353 average.
Big swing and a miss from Dose. That moves the count to 1-2. Nice pitch from Lockwood. He looks good.
Lockwood looking great.
Here's the 1-2. Goes with a fastball up and in. And he gets him swinging. Can't catch up to it. That'll be the first down in this one. Lockwood continues to tally strikeouts. That is his second of the day and his 15th on the year.
Hot start for Chase Lockwood. Remember, 2 of the 3 runs back in the top, or excuse me, all 3 of the runs back in the top half of the first were all unearned.
Freemanski, the 9-hitter, will now step in to face Lockwood. The first pitch he'll see is a slider that just misses away. Good take by him, ball 1. Lockwood lifts his leg and fires a fastball. It's grounded between the first baseman and second, and it'll go into right field for a base hit. Freemanski is on with 1 out.
Big hit from Blaine Freemanski there. Not the hardest hit ball, but a big hit because it's only his 7th of the season. Came into this one today, averaging 158. That hit can go a long way in turning his summer around with only a couple weeks left to go here in the KCL season.
We'll send it back to the top. Is now Cole Yates, the leadoff man, back in the first. He'll step in now. First pitch he sees goes with the fastball up and in. Gets him swinging for strike 1. Yates grounded out in his first at bat with the double play in effect here. Lockwood probably pitching for a ground ball. Hit in the air to right. It's shallow. It's going to be a little bit more of a tougher play than I thought originally. And it will be caught by Butler out there and right. Nice play by him. Good read. And that'll be a big second out.
Big second out indeed. That one a weaker pop-up down the first base side off the bat of Cole Yates. And now he's 0 for 2 on the day. Someone who came into this game with 12 hits. Slow start to this one. And now last night's MVP, Alec Novotny, gets ready to step in. And Braden, last night, Alec Novotny had himself a game. 5 total bases, including a bases clearing triple en route to a 4 RBI game where he also stole a few bases and also scored once.
An impressive 375 average and 944 OPS coming into this one. Best believe that last night's performance did play a factor in those numbers. First pitch he'll see is a ball. It'll be ball 1. Lockwood checks over at first. Next pitch in the zone. Throw down to second. Will be short of the bag, so it'll allow Friedmansky to slide in there without really a play. It's now 1-1, but now the Prairie Flamingos have a runner on second.
That's Friedmansky's first stolen base of the summer.
Next pitch, slider bounces in there. Great job by Eisfelder to keep it in front of him. That'll be ball 2.
See if Novotny can't pick up where he left off last night. Already reached safely today on an error.
Next pitch, big swing and a miss for Novotny. 2-2 now, and now Lockwood 1 pitch away from getting out of here and throwing up a big 0 with the runner in scoring position. See if he can find the put-away pitch.
Would be big.
Lockwood's got his sign, looks over at second, back to home. Here's the pitch. Ground ball over to short. Lucas fields it on one knee. Throw across the diamond. The pick called safe at first, and they're going to say he bobbled it. So Novotny will be safe. I don't know. How, that's kind of an interesting ruling. We'll have to see how that is. It's going to be ruled a hit, so it'll be an infield single for Novotny, and the Prairie Flamingos have runners at the corners.
4 hits now in 2 nights for Alec Novotny. Doing a good job over the last 24 hours, reaching base safely 5 out of his last 6 at-bats.
Roy Roseman opened up the scoring with a single back in the first, looking to produce here as well. First pitch he sees is a strike on the outside part of the plate. 0-1, Lockwood being aggressive against these Prairie Flamingos hitters.
I want to go back to that ground ball. Nice play by Austin Lucas, just wasn't able to fire it over.
Runner on the go from first. It's picked by the catcher Eisfelder. There will be no throw. So Novotny will take second. It's now second and third for the Prairie Flamingos. Roseman now with a single might be able to score more than one. 1-1 count. Lockwood looking in for the sign. Now he's got it. Roseman ready in the lefty batter's box. Pitch to him. Low for ball 2. That one spun a little bit funky. Maybe came out of the hand wrong from Lockwood. So he'll lose him on that pitch. 2-1 now. Just needs 1 out. Here's the 2-1. Off speed in the zone. Evens the count at 2-2. Love the way he's executing that off-speed pitch. He's doing it very nicely, placing it very well.
Lockwood's location on early here.
Here's the 2-2. Goes with a fastball. Ripped into the gap in right field. That's going to get down. 2 runs will score. Roseman on the way to second, and he will be up there standing. We've seen that a lot already. Big double for the Prairie Flamingos, and it scores 2. It's now 5-0.
All Prairie Flamingos here so far, Braden, and can't imagine the frustration if you're feeling right now if you're Chase Lockwood. Sure, you've given up the 6 hits, and even though those 2 runs will go down as earned, they feel unearned after Austin Lucas couldn't make the throw over to Roselle at first.
First pitch to Keaton Davis misses away. Lockwood tried to throw the slider on the outside part of the plate, but just missed. It's ball 1. Lockwood having to pay attention. Runner on the go from second. Throw down to third. Not in time. Great jump over there from Roseman, and he'll add a stolen base to his tally.
Already the 3rd time the Flamingos have stolen on Josh Eisfelder. Remember, they were thrown out their first time.
Here's the 1-0. That one misses as well. You can tell from the body language of Lockwood starting to get a little bit frustrated. A lot of extra pitches have had to be thrown because of the 2 errors and then the mishap at first. So now he falls behind to 3-0.
Right, easily could have gone down as 5 unearned.
Here's the next pitch. Fastball in the zone. That'll be the first strike that Keaton Davis sees. He'll have to change his approach now. Davis was part of those back-to-back singles back in the first. Here's the next one. In there as well. So Davis elects to C2. Great job by Lockwood executing. It evens the, moves the count to full now. So now Lockwood one pitch away. Here's the pitch. Fastball, low part of the zone, and he'll miss. So a rare walk from Lockwood. I don't think he's convinced that that missed. But Davis will take first, and now the Prairie Flamingos once again have runners at the corners.
To your point, Braden, that pitch was really close of nicking the zone, just a bit downstairs in the basement, and Keaton Davis will be awarded first base. So runner on the corners now for the Prairie Flamingos. Roseman on third, Davis on first. And now the BlueCaps will meet on the mound as the DH, Anthony Couch, with his white helmet on, patiently awaits to step into the box.
Something we forgot to talk about. We could talk about now. Back when the game started, we didn't look at the standings. So the Prairie Flamingos in this one, they come in last place at 7-11. And the BlueCaps just one game above them. Sorry, be a half game above them at 8-11. So, and then the Ground Sloths right above them at 8-9. So everybody very close in the standings. The Bobcats obviously kind of running away with it right now with a 13-5 record. But you look and you see the second, third, and fourth place all within just a couple games. Runners at the corners. It's going to be Anthony Couch. Here's the first pitch to him. Finds the zone immediately with a fastball for strike one.
With the Ground Sloths, BlueCaps, and Prairie Flamingos all bunched together, each and every single game down the line gets more important because you don't want to face the defending champion Bobcats in the first round.
This next pitch, runner on the go. The throw will go to second. It's a play, and they throw home. The tag, safe. Best believe that's probably what they talked about in the meeting. So the throw was made by Eisfelder. Lucas from second came in, fielded the throw, and then fired it right back home to try and get the runner trying to score, but it was not in time. So instead of getting an out, I don't think he would have been out anyway. The Eisfelder throw was not quite, wouldn't have been in time. So the best bet was to throw home there, but they don't get any out of it. And it's now 6-0 and another runner in scoring position.
Could have been a much closer play should Lucas's throw have been a little lower.
Here's a 2-1. Hit in the air to left, and this is going to split the gap in left and center this time. It'll roll all the way to the wall. The runner will score easily from second. Couch will stand on second. That is another RBI double. He'll be at second. And by the time he gets his arm guard handed off, that scoreboard's going to say 7-0 Prairie Flamingos. We're only in the second inning.
Dream start for the visiting Prairie Flamingos today. Desperately searching for that 8th win and to escape the last place spot in the KCL standings. And they're on their way to a win here already.
Clawwitter steps back in. First pitch from Lockwood misses high for ball one, a fastball.
And despite all the errors and miscues from the BlueCaps defense, still 7 hits for the Flamingos.
Hit in the air, it's going to be playable in shallow right field. Roselle under it, called off by Lucas, and it hits off his glove and bounces all the way to the BlueCap bullpen. Clawwitter's going to try for third. Here's the throw from Lucas across the diamond, and Clawwitter is into third. Man, just can't get anything going right now for the BlueCaps. And they'll score a run off of it, so it's 8-0 now. Came all the way from second.
Chase Lockwood has to be kicking himself in the foot. He's pitching a pretty solid game, but his second baseman now has an error. His shortstop has an error, and his third baseman.
Braden Elliott steps in. He's the 9th hitter he'll see in this, and he hits it up the middle. It'll get through for a base hit. It'll be an RBI single for Elliott. Clawwitter comes in to score, and it is already 9-0.
Just no words.
No, you got to feel for Lockwood, too.
You do.
Because hasn't been getting any help whatsoever. We know he's been good. His stats tell him, but also just watching him throw, especially early in the game before everything kind of got out of hand. He looked like he had it, but has to work like probably 5 times harder than he probably should have. And now his day will end here in the second inning. He goes an inning and 2/3, and he'll find the bench, and a new Blue Cap will come in to throw. We'll introduce him to you guys after this quick break. The new Blue Cap is going to be Kellen Hirschberger, one of the core 2 to 3 pitchers in that pen or staff, I would say, because he starts a decent amount. He'll come in now here in the second inning in a 9-0 game. And the batter's going to be Grant Dose. He struck out to open this inning. Ever since then, it's been a nightmare for the Blue Caps. The first pitch from Hirschberger in the zone for a strike. At first is Braden Elliott. He had that RBI single before the pitching change. He stands on first. Second pitch for Hirschberger. Leans and fires, and it misses low. So it evens the count at 1-1.
Nine nothing. Prairie Flamingos are jumping all over the Blue Caps here, Braden.
Here's the 1-1. Off speed, just caught a piece of it. It'll end up foul behind the Blue Cap dugout. Yeah, and you just gotta, I know we said it, but gotta feel for Lockwood. A lot of it probably you can't put on him. So just kind of a collective effort on defense. Hasn't been the best day for the Blue Caps. You look up, that's the 3rd error, but although it only reads as 3 errors, there's been a lot of other mental errors. Next pitch misses in, arm slide from Hirschberger. Must have lost it. Tried to throw the off speed and lost it. Right out of the hand. Dose had to duck to get out of the way. Evens the count at 2-2. They just need 1 out. Here's the 2-2. Off speed. Misses high. To put it into perspective, Leo, Dose struck out to open the inning. Friedmansky single, but then Cole Yates popped out. So there was how many batters? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the 7th batter that's been faced without an out recorded. The 3-2 full count pitch is fouled off. So Elliott will have to retreat back to first. He was going with the pitch. 3-2, 2 outs. An obvious steal. And then Gross Dose will take a second before stepping back in the box. We'll do the full count pitch again. Hirschberger looks over to first. Comes set. Ready to deliver it. Here we go. Here's the fastball. Ground ball over to third. Montgomery fields it. Throw across the diamond. Leaning is the first baseman, Rosell, but he does stay on the bag. So that'll be the third out. After 2, Prairie Flamingos, 9 runs. And here in the first 2 innings, the BlueCaps come up here in the bottom of the second. And they'll have to try and get anything going right now. Got to be tough after all the miscues. Easy to point fingers, but they're going to have to man up, step back in the box, and try to make something happen. They have all game to do it. We'll see if they can maybe start to chip away. We'll be back after a brief break. Roy Ralston steps back on the mound with about as big of a cushion as you can ask for. 9-run lead. He goes back out there for his second inning of work. When you're up 9 runs, Leo, and you're the pitcher, what's your approach here against this Blue Cap hitters?
You have to remain steady. Pretend the score is 0-0.
Slider misses outside for a ball. That'll be 1-0. Got to be aggressive as well, I would say, with the Blue Cap hitters. No reason to give them anything free.
Yeah.
They earn it, they earn it. But with the 9-run lead, in a game of failure like baseball, chances are more than not the batter is going to get themselves out. So 1-0 count. Here's the fastball. Inside for ball 2.
Got to keep attacking the zone if you're Roy Ralston. He looked really good back in the bottom half of the first, and I know he had about 20 minutes in the dugout. Could get a little tense, but he still looks loose.
Next pitch misses low as well. 3-0 now, so Ralston has thrown 3 straight pitches for balls. Back in the bottom half of the first inning, you got Carter Lang to pop out, Lucas to ground out. Michael Lucas hit a double, but then he came back with a strikeout against Montgomery. Here's the 3-0 pitch to Carson Butler. Fastball completely misses. Not only zone, but his catcher, Roseman, go all the way to the backstop. So Butler will be on to open it, and that's something for the Blue Caps. Got to have some traffic. They'll get it immediately with the runner on first.
They will, and I want to go back and talk about Chase Lockwood. It wasn't like he had a great day by any means. He still allowed 8 hits in 1.2 innings of work. But really, you feel like he could have gotten out of those 2 innings with 1 or 2 runs. Not 9.
That's what I would say. I'd say 8 hits as that first pitch comes in for a strike. Ralston comes back from the walk with a first pitch fastball in the zone. You have 8 hits, but think about how many extra pitches that Lockwood had to pitch because of all the miscues and errors. Next pitch goes right back at him. Same spot, a fastball, upper part of the zone. And it's 0-2, night and day from the previous at-bat to Butler. He now finds himself ahead 0-2 on Eisfelder. Ralston comes set, lifts his leg, fires. It'll be scorched foul to the right side by Eisfelder. Was late on the fastball, found a way to fight it off, and he'll remain in the box.
That ball was ripped down the right side. Just a little late on it. We'll do the 0-2 again.
Ralston ready for the 0-2. Here it is to Eisfelder. Just missed it. Eisfelder, great take by him. A little bit up, maybe a little bit out. Regardless, great spot from Ralston on the other end, too. Put it right next to the zone, trying to get a swing. Great take from Eisfelder to hold back. 1-2, here's the pitch. Foul off to the right side. To go quite a ways before finding the grass just beyond the seats down the first baseline.
And the BlueCaps, they won't go down without a fight. They found themselves down 3-0 yesterday. Came back, won that game 4-3. I know 9 is a lot bigger number to chase, but they could do it.
Next pitch, slider got him swinging. And Eisfelder started running out of the box, but there is a runner on first, so it's occupied, so it doesn't matter that it bounced in. It'll be strike 3. Great pitch from Ralston. Got him to swing on the slider. It bounced in the other batter's box, but it caught a swing, and that'll be the big first out. Nice strikeout from the young man.
Yeah, and what an incredible bounce back after the 4-pitch walk he issued to the right fielder, Carson Butler.
Next up is Chase Lockwood. He'll step in. He'll hit one in the air to left. Plays the fade like my golf swing, and it'll end up into Elliott's glove in left field. And that'll be the second out on a pop out.
Braden Elliott does a brilliant job tracking that one into his glove out in left field as he shielded the sun with the glove.
Does it exactly how you were taught.
And now Grayson Schnurley, the center fielder, steps in on the right side.
Shirley taking his first at bat against Ralston. He'll have to do so with 2 outs. Runner on first. Here's the first pitch. It's a fastball in the zone for strike 1. Getting ahead once again with the fastball. He's got a runner on first now. Butler getting a little lonely over there. He's been there for the last 2 hitters. Next pitch, fastball swung on a miss from Schnurley. Can't catch up to it. Outside part of the plate. It's now 0-2. Now Ralston, after the leadoff walk, can put 3 BlueCaps away.
He can do it pretty quickly here, too.
Here's the 0-2 pitch. Fastball high. Great job from Schnurley to hold off on that one. It's now 1-2. After going fastball, we see if he goes back to that devastating slider. Here's the 1-2 pitch. And he does, and he gets him swinging. Schnurley goes down swinging. Great job by Ralston. Goes strikeout, pop out, strikeout. We'll go to the top of the third. The score remains Prairie Flamingos 9, BlueCaps 0. Welcome back to the Corn Crib here in Normal, Illinois. A little bit of a one-sided game so far. The Prairie Flamingos find themselves up 9-0. They come back up after scoring in back-to-back innings in the first and second. In the first, they score 3. In the second, they score 6. Leading off is going to be Blaine Friedmansky. The first pitch he sees off-speed from Hirschberger. Must have lost it out of the hand. It ends up near the head of Friedmansky. Had to kind of duck out of the way. It's 1-0.
2 crooked innings so far for the Prairie Flamingos, thanks to the BlueCaps' miserable defense early on in this one.
Next pitch also misses high. Friedmansky wasted no time getting his first hit in this one. In his first at-bat, he singled. Now finds himself in a 2-0 hitter's count. Hirschberger comes set, ready to deliver the 2-0 pitch. Here it is. Bounces it in there. It's now 3-0 to Friedmansky. Say more than likely probably a dead take here. With one more run, you put the 10-run rule in effect. Need some base runners if you're the Prairie Flamingos to really step on the gas pedal. Here's the 3-0 from Hirschberger. Fastball, lower part of the zone, catches it. And that'll be a much-needed strike for the Blue Cap pitcher. It's 3-1.
Josh Eisfelder with a nice frame job there.
Here's the 3-1. Off speed. Just missed outside. Really nice take from Friedmansky. That's not an easy one. Just a little bit outside with the curveball, and he'll walk to first with a walk.
You mentioned it not being an easy take. It was a great off-speed pitch that broke almost all the way across home plate. Nicely done there from Friedmansky, and now Cole Yates has a chance for his first hit of the night.
Cole Yates steps in, the right-handed hitter, to face Hirschberger for the first time. Here's a pitch. It's grounded over to third. Montgomery fields it. Throw to second, over to Lucas, over to first, and it gets away once again. Runner's going to try for second. It's going to be close, but he bobbled it. And now Yates will be safe at second. I got to think if Rosell picked that up cleanly and threw to second, they would have had him by a mile. But now the throw away. And the Prairie Flamingos will indeed still have a runner in scoring position after the first out was recorded at second.
The throw from Michael Lucas well offline to Rosell. Has to go down as an error against the second baseman.
It'll be the fourth error.
Yeah, not assuming the double play, but only because the runner did advance to second.
It'll be the fourth error for the Blue Caps. The first pitch to Alec Novotny is a slider that misses low and away for ball 1. Novotny reached on an error in his first at-bat and singled in his second at-bat. Both in back-to-back innings. He comes to the bat for the third time here in the third inning as well. Second pitch to him is in the zone. Just catches the inside part of the plate and improves the count to 1-1. They've got one out. So the Prairie Flamingos have 2 outs to work with to score. Yates over there at second. This next pitch ripped into left. It's going to get down, and it gets by him. Lang played it on a one-hop, and it got right by him. Novotny is going to chug for third. Here comes the throw in. It will be not in time. Novotny will have a single and advance 2 bases on the error from Lang out there in left field. And they do get a run, so there's the 10th run. The Prairie Flamingos up by 10.
I got nothing to add. The Blue Caps defense has been an absolute disaster so far, reminiscent of the New York Mets defensive day against the Chicago Cubs back on June 24th of this season. Just nothing going right. Both Lockwood and Hirschberger doing all they can. 5 errors in just 3 innings.
Next up is Roy Roseman. He'll take a strike for the first pitch. If he left the room for just a second and just came back, Roy Roseman is already 2 for 2. He singled in the first and doubled in the second. That'll be error number 5 and just not even a full 3 innings. Here's the next pitch. Slider misses in, bounces in there. 1-1 now. Standing at third on the error from Lang out there in left is Novotny. He will get an RBI for it. I think Lang was trying to give himself the best chance to get him at home, but there really wasn't a chance at home. I would have probably fielded that one on a hop or two and then thrown it into second. Lang decided to be aggressive. It doesn't work out in his favor. The next pitch, off speed, does catch the zone. That'll be strike 2 to Roseman.
You mentioned Roy Roseman's 2 hits today. He singled in the first and was thrown out, and then had a 2 RBI double back in the second, and then stole third.
Here's the next pitch. Misses in. It's now 2-2. It's like a library in here, Leo. Not a lot of talking, not a lot of anything. From where I'm sitting, I can't even see fans. Leo, you can see fans probably from where you're sitting a little bit better than I can. Some people under the awning to our left.
That's right.
It is a middle-of-the-week game. Smack dab in the middle, actually, Wednesday, as that pitch misses low for ball 3.
Happy hump day.
Happy hump day. Wind blowing out to right. Hasn't really mattered for the most part. All of the hard-hit balls have mostly been to the left side. A couple out in that right center gap. None hit high enough for it to affect the ball. Kind of a panic swing from Roseman. He does catch it, and it will remain a full count for him. Bounces to the right side, fielded by a blue cap over there near their dugout.
Roseman has a wonderful 2-strike approach. You'll notice him choke up on the bat just a little bit. Searching for his 3rd hit of the contest.
Just a ball in play can score him. And he goes up to try and get it, and he will not succeed. It's a swing and a miss. That is a strikeout for Hirschberger. That'll be his first.
Roseman succumbs to the high heat. Tried to check his swing. Didn't quite hold up in time, as the home plate umpire rings him up for strike 3.
Next up is Keaton Davis. Davis has singled and walked today already. Here's the next pitch. Ripped into center. There is your 11th run. That's going to get down into center field. Novotny will score from third. Davis having a really nice day.
Yeah, it's always nice when you reach base 3 times in 3 innings, and that's exactly what the first baseman, Keaton Davis, has done. His 2 singles already today gets him up to 15 hits on the season, and his walk back in the second is his 7th of the summer.
Anthony Couch steps in. The first pitch to him is a ball. Comes up to the Dougie. I'd like to ask Couch if he was probably alive, but if he was functioning enough as a young kid to remember the Dougie. Leo, were you? I'm trying to think. That would have been when we were young, the Dougie.
Yeah, well, we're both 21 right now.
That would have been.
I don't know when
John,
that came
That would have
out.
been the John Wall era, because I remember him coming out during starting lineups doing the Dougie. That's always a fun video to go back on. Anthony Couch stepping in. Here's the next pitch in from Hirschberger. Floats a slider in there. It misses. That'll be another ball.
The Dougie Dance originally came out in late 2007 as a local hit in Dallas, Texas. However, it exploded into a worldwide pop culture phenomenon on April 13, 2010. We would have been just turning 5.
They have it down to the day.
They do.
Wow. But yeah, we would have been very young. So I guarantee you Couch either was not living or... But it's still fun. Everyone loves the Dougie. Leo, what was your favorite dance trend? I know there was a lot of different ones when we were growing up. It was a big pop culture thing. If you have one, I know that's kind of like a hard one. 3-1 count. Here's the pitch from Hirschberger. It'll miss, and that'll be a walk for him. Couch will take first. Sorry, the runner from first will advance to second. It's now first and second for the Prairie Flamingos.
Is the answer the whip and nay a little too late in our day, or does that count? We were 10, right?
No.
So I really like that. I also hit the floss quite a bit.
The floss.
That was one of my
That
go-to
would've been
moves at my
later,
cousin's
though.
weddings.
Yeah,
It was a few years later, 2017,
17
2018.
probably. I'm trying to think of other ones. Hit the Quan. That's another one.
Sure.
That would have been younger too. The dab.
Man, the dab. Cam Newton made the dab really famous
He did.
in the NFL. His days at the Carolina Panthers are quite outnumbered at this point, but man, he was a great quarterback, even in his college days with the Tigers of Auburn.
One of those you look back at and it feels like it was short-lived. Obviously, there's a lot of athletes like that. Short-lived.
Johnny Manziel.
That's a good one, too. Johnny Manziel. There's a lot of those guys. Those seem to have the best stories, too. The ones that are short but monumental are always the ones that people tend to talk about for a very long time. Next in is going to be Maddox Clawwitter. He'll bat here with runners on first and second. He'll be the 6th Prairie Flamingo to go through 3 times. This ball is hit into right. It'll be routine for Butler. He'll be under it, and he makes the catch. That'll be your 3rd out. Prairie Flamingos continue to score. They score 2 in this one to improve their lead to 11-0. We'll go to the bottom of the 3rd after just a short break. Welcome back. Bottom of the 3rd, about ready to get going. The Prairie Flamingos are going to have a new pitcher on the mound. So Roy Ralston comes out. Excellent day from him. He'll be replaced by Liam Martin.
Liam Martin. He'll play for the Kankakee Community College Cavaliers. He committed back in August. Has a fastball at about 85 miles an hour and a curveball that sits around 73 with a changeup just a notch above that at 75. And out of Bradley Bourbonnais High School, Liam Martin stands at 6'5", 220 pounds. A unit on the mound. Roy Ralston only saw 8 batters.
Yeah. Excellent job, effective work from him. He gets 3 strikeouts on the BlueCaps. Those strikeouts came to Braden Montgomery, Eisfelder, and Schnerley. Stepping in is going to be the bottom of the order, Michael Rossell. He'll take his first at-bat of the day. Out of Prairie Flamingos have taken 3 at-bats so far. That ball's hit up the middle. It's off of Martin. He'll glove it, throw to first, and Davis has to bend down to get it, but he does get it. And that'll be in time to first for the first out. Martin, it hit off the webbing of his glove, maybe off his leg a little bit too. Not too hard though, so it didn't hurt him at all, but he was able to grab it with his hand, flip it over to first for the first out.
Pitching coaches out there will tell you it's important to be able to field your position. You're going to get line drives and ground balls hit hard back at you as a pitcher. And Liam Martin does an excellent job fielding his position. 1 up, 1 down.
Carter Lang steps in. He popped down in his first at-bat. The first pitch to him is a ball. As we said, some Prairie Flamingos have taken 3 at-bats. Part of those is going to be how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 batters for the Prairie Flamingos have taken at least 3 at-bats through 3 innings. That's a big stat, and that's a big reason why it's 11-0 right now for the Prairie Flamingos. Lang now finds himself in a hitter's count as that pitch misses away from Martin. Here's the 2-0 from him now. Fastball, chopped foul to the left side. That'll be the first strike in this count. 2-1 now to Lang.
Lang had a slow start to the summer, but he's picked it up as of late. That batting average now blooming up to 235 with an OBP of 297.
Here's a 2-1. That one caught him, so Lang wears it, and he'll be rewarded with first base.
It's the 3rd time Carter Lang's been hit by a pitch this summer. And it comes with a chance to maybe cut this 11-run lead down. But it's going to take a lot more than a hit by pitch.
At the conclusion of last half inning, the BlueCaps met outside the BlueCap dugout. Manager Dave Lingle trying to rally the troops a little bit. That ball's hit foul to the left side, and it'll end up just into the seats into the first row down the third baseline. At this point, it's 11-0. Can't worry really much about the score. Just got to focus on you guys, see if you can string something together, and if something happens by that point. But no reason to quit when the whole point of this league is to get looks. Everybody's here for a different reason, so might as well make the most of it. Slider in there for strike 2. So Austin Lucas now down 0-2 in the count. He's 0 for 1 so far with a ground out at danger with 1 pitch of going 0 for 2 so far. Martin comes set. Lifts his leg and fires. It'll be a fastball. Catches the outside part of the plate for strike 3. Absolute dart from Martin gets Lucas looking.
Martin paints the high outside corner and gets the first of 2 Lucases to strike out looking. And now the second baseman, Michael Lucas, will step in. He's already doubled today. The only hit that the BlueCaps have was off his bat.
First pitch to Michael Lucas is a slider, but it misses away. It'll be ball 1. Lucas has the only hit for the BlueCaps. He had that double back in the first. Here's the second pitch to him. Misses inside for ball 2. Martin having trouble getting a hit of the BlueCaps early in this one.
Michael Lucas looking to break the tie this season with his brother. They both have 11 hits.
Next pitch. That one nearly caught him as well. He had to dance out of the way of it. And that'll be ball 3. Martin having a little bit of control trouble. Has the 2-out cushion, though. He only needs 1. Here's the next pitch. Fastball. Misses high. So that'll be a walk. Another free base for the BlueCaps.
And it's another 4-pitch walk issued by this Prairie Flamingos staff. Carson Butler was walked on 4 pitches to start off the bottom half of the second. 2 men on now for the BlueCaps. Maybe they could get something going here, Braden.
Montgomery will be the one that tries to get it going. He'll step in. He's a right-handed hitter. He'll face the right-handed Martin. Here's the first pitch to him. A fastball. Hit over to second. Picked. Came out of his glove, but gathers himself, throws the ball, and it gets away. And a really funky play. That ball was to give the second baseman Yates the benefit of the doubt. That ball was absolutely scorched off the bat of Montgomery. He fielded it on a slide at first, but it popped out of his glove. Yates picked it up really quickly and threw it. I don't think he realized he had it a little bit more time than what he probably anticipated. So he panicked, threw it, and it does get away from Davis. Just a few feet, though, so it doesn't allow the runner to score. It'll now be bases loaded for the BlueCaps, and Carson Butler will step up, trying to provide the BlueCaps with their first run. The first pitch misses away. A fastball bounces away from the catcher.
You stole the words right out of my mouth. Cole Yates did a nice job scooping that scorcher of a ground ball to his glove side and then rushed the throw over to Keaton Davis. Had plenty of time, though, but just didn't realize it. The slow Montgomery gets there in time.
The 1-0 to Butler. Fastball in there for strike one. 1-1.
Butler went 0 for 3 yesterday. Walked earlier today. Looking to cut into this 11-0 deficit.
Next pitch. Hitting the air to right. Quite a ways, but it's going to be foul. Just beyond the seating down the first base line. When the bleachers turn to the grass that surrounds the right and left field here at the Corn Crib. And that'll be strike two. So Butler has one more strike to work with to salvage at least one here in the bottom of the third. Next pitch. Slider gets away from the catcher. And the runner over there, Lang, thought about it. Twice actually thought about it, but then decided probably not worth it. Might have been worth it if he went right away, but by the time you hesitate, probably a little bit too late. It's now 2-2.
If he read it right off the initial jump, he would have made it there safely. But because he thought about it and second-guessed himself, smart to stay on third. And to be quite honest, right now, if you're the BlueCaps, you're not trying to force anything across home plate. Try to let Carson Butler finish this at bat and drive in runs via the hit.
Martin deals the 2-2. Bounces in there for a ball. That's now 3-2. And I think if I'm Martin here, I'm just probably putting it over the heart of the plate and saying, go on and hit it. 11-run lead. See if Butler will get himself out. No reason to walk in a run here. Bases loaded. 3-2. Here's the 3-2 from Martin. Swing and a miss up high. That would have been a run, but Butler decides to swing at it, and that'll be strike three. 3 down. After 3, your score remains Prairie Flamingos 11, BlueCaps 0. They had the bases loaded, but could not salvage at least one run. So we'll go to the 4th inning. Thank you for listening to KCL Baseball on the Normal Corn Belters YouTube. Stay tuned. Welcome back to KCL Baseball here at the Corn Crib. New pitcher in for the BlueCaps is going to be Reed Frazier. Reed Frazier from Oakton. He has 5 2/3 innings pitched so far in KCL action. The first pitch to Braden Elliott misses for ball 1.
Yeah, and he's been really good this season, sporting a 2.47 ERA, only letting up 2 earned runs.
Next pitch also misses, this time a little high. It's now 2-0.
Pitches to contact, but this defense today has been shaky to say the least.
Ground ball. It's going to be hit over to Lucas. He'll field it on the hop, and he'll lose it. And that's going to be yet another error for this BlueCaps defense.
To my point exactly, Austin Lucas now commits his second error of the game. And unfortunately for the BlueCaps, both Lucas brothers now have 2 errors. Braden Montgomery has the 5th, and Carter Lang out and left has their 6th. Sloppy game.
Yeah, next up is going to be Grant Dose. He'll hit with Elliott over there at first. Here's the first pitch to him. Bounces in there for ball 1.
This has to be the most errors in a game committed by one team this season in the KCL.
Dose fouls it off to the left side. Evens the count at 1-1. Dose still searching for the first hit in this one. He has struck out and grounded out so far today. 1-1 count to him. BlueCaps have 6 errors to the Prairie Flamingos 1. Next pitch. Fastball misses high. 2-1. Also, the Prairie Flamingos 10 hits, 11 runs. BlueCaps have only managed to have 1 hit. Not able to score any runs. Threatened last half inning. Had the bases loaded. Were unable to at least get 1. And now we find ourselves here at the top of the 4th. 11-0 game. 3-1 count now to Dose as that one misses. Dose comes set, looks over to first. Here's the next pitch. Foul off behind the backstop. And that'll end up on top of the awning behind home plate for a foul ball. Full count now. Frazier set at the belt. Lifts his leg and fires an off-speed pitch. It'll be hit into right, shallow right field. Sprinting in is Butler. Near the line, makes the catch. Throws to first. It goes over the head of Rossell. I don't think they would have had him anyway. But a good job by Elliott to get back to first.
A good job in backing up by the catcher, Josh Eisfelder. If that chases all the way to the third base wall, Braden Elliott all of a sudden could get over to second. Nice play in right, though, by Butler.
After that sprinting in play from Butler, as you said, great job by him. Full speed. That ball is foul off to the left side. Blade Freemanski is now in to hit for the Prairie Flamingos. He has singled and walked today. Now takes his 3rd at bat here in the 4th inning. 0-1 count. Elliott at first. Here's the pitch from Frazier. Yanked foul to the left side. Way ahead of that one. Saw it well. Was not able to sit back nearly enough, though. He'll pull it foul to the left side. Now 0-2. Here's Frazier's 0-2 pitch. Fastball. Kind of a defensive check swing from Freemanski. It was up near his head. He started to swing, tried to hold back, but by that time the ball was also up near his chin. He'll foul it off to the right side. It will remain an 0-2 count.
Really awkward check swing there.
Kind of self-defense, if you will.
Yeah, the lumber almost acting as a safety net for Freemanski.
Here's the 0-2. Chopped. It's going to be a tough play. Grounder fielded over there by Montgomery. Across the bag. And he will be safe. Infield Singer. Freemanski chases it down at first. And he is there safely. It's now first and second with only 1 out.
Not much Braden Montgomery could have done there over at third. Blaine Freemanski shows off the wheels here. In the 4th, it goes down as an infield hit. Now there's 2 aboard with only 1 out. And we're back to the top of the order yet again.
Cole Yates will hit with runners at first and second. Here's the next pitch. Big swing and a miss from Yates. A nice pitch from Frazier. Outside slider gets him swinging. It's 0-1.
With all the errors today by the BlueCaps defense, it seems that I'm writing code in my scorebook.
Same spot with the off-speed pitch. This time, Cole Yates held off. It's now 1-1.
I mean, literally, last time Cole Yates was up, it goes down as an FCE4.
Goes again with that slider in the exact same spot. 3 times. This time, Cole Yates swings on it. Swung at the first one, took the second, decides to swing on the third one. It's now a 1-2 count. Here's the 1-2 from Frazier. Fastball. Swung on and missed. It gets away from the catcher, Frazier. Because first base was occupied, Yates will be out on the swing regardless of it bouncing away. But both Prairie Flamingos runners will advance a base. It's now second and third. 2 down.
Last night's MVP, Alec Novotny, will now step up to the plate. He's got 5 hits in his last 7 trips to the plate. What an amazing 24 hours.
Always one of their top hitters is Novotny. He'll step in now for his 4th at-bat in as many innings. Here's the pitch to him. It'll hit him. So the Prairie Flamingos will have the bases loaded with 2 outs. Same situation as the BlueCaps in the last half inning. We'll see if Roy Roseman can come through this time and snag a run and not leave the bases loaded like the BlueCaps did.
And with Roy Roseman making his way to the left side of home plate, it'll be the 30th batter faced from this BlueCaps bullpen.
Roseman already 2 for 3 today. He singled in the first and doubled in the second. Both scoring runs with the RBIs. First pitch from Frazier misses away for ball 1.
Roseman already with 2 hits today. A single and a double. And a strikeout.
Next pitch, ripped up the middle. That's going to get through. 1 run will score. It's going to get by the center fielder, Schnurley, if that tells you how hard that ball was hit. 2 runs are in. A third man will score. Roseman trying for third. Here's the throw from center, and he will be safe. Get the oxygen mask. He stands on third. It's a base-clearing triple for Roy Roseman.
And it's a 14-0 ball game off the bat of the catcher, Roy Roseman. So the extra point is up and good, 14-0 in favor of the Flamingos.
Keaton Davis now steps in. Here's the first pitch to him. Ground ball over to third. Montgomery fields it. Routine for him. Throw across the diamond in time, and that'll end it. Prairie Flamingos have scored in every inning so far. 3 in the first, 6 in the second, 2 in the third, and 3 here in the top of the 4th. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th. BlueCaps still searching for that first run. We'll be back in just a moment.
Back with you in the corn crib. My name is Leo Romano alongside Braden Hartman. We're ready for bottom of the fourth action here. It'll be the second time we see the BlueCaps catcher Josh Eisfelder step into the plate, but it's been all Prairie Flamingos here through 3.5, 14-0. Yes, this is baseball. We're not playing football.
This is a completely one-sided game so far, and as good as the Prairie Flamingos offense has been, it hasn't been good enough to put up 14 runs. A lot of those runs have been self-inflicted errors on the BlueCap side.
Liam Martin ready to return for his second inning of work today. He loaded the bases last inning and was able to get out of that jam with a strikeout to Carson Butler. His first pitch of this at-bat was wild, and his second one is fouled back for strike one. Josh Eisfelder was also a victim to the strikeout his first time up, back in the second. The windup and the pitch, another wild one, but Josh Eisfelder doesn't get the bat down, so it catches his bat behind him for strike two. You don't see that every day.
Yeah, it can be hard to remember, but that's something that they teach all the time. Got to bring the bat down with a ball up near your chin, and that time he pays the price for it.
Here's the 1-2 from Martin. It's a breaking ball on the outside half to even this count at 2 apiece.
Love the spot there from Martin. Just a little bit outside. Don't think it would have been a strike call.
2 balls, 2 strikes, grounded over to the left side, and it gets past the third baseman, Maddox Clauder, and off the glove of the shortstop, Alec Novotny, for a leadoff single. Josh Eisfelder.
Really nice job from Eisfelder. Finds the gap between the third baseman Clawwitter and the shortstop Novotny, just right between the two men.
Can the BlueCaps get something going, down 14-0? The designated hitter and pitcher, Chase Lockwood, now steps in on the left side with his pink bat. This one laced over the third baseman's head and runs down the third base line. It's another single. Back-to-back hits now for the BlueCaps.
At this point in the game, it's 14-0. If something comes of what the BlueCaps do from here on out, it does. But at this point, just got to try and get reps in, get good opportunities. You're facing Martin, who's a pretty good pitcher for the Prairie Flamingos. Take advantage of this opportunity to at least help your stats, get yourself good looks, get something you can take into the next game.
Grayson Schnerly now steps in and has an awkward cut for strike one after the swing and the miss. Grayson Schnerly playing in center field today. Went 0 for 2 yesterday with a strikeout and also struck out back in the second. Here's Martin from the belt. A high chopper down the third baseline and fouled away.
Great job by the Prairie Flamingos. Around there would have been Clawwitter and the pitcher Martin and Roseman at the end to not touch that baseball. They could have, but right choice to let that thing spin foul with the spin the way that it was going to the left side. So they'll get a strike. Now they have Schnerly down 0-2.
After a humongous hop off home plate, here's the 0-2 from Martin. It's a breaking ball down and away, and a swing and a miss produces strike number 3 to Grayson Schnerly. Liam Martin already with his third strikeout of the evening, and it comes in a big-time situation.
Just a perfectly executed pitch to Leo. Like the slider just would have been in the left-hand batter's box, right next to the plate, right on the line. Perfectly placed, gets a swing from Schnerly and a big strikeout for him.
It brings up the second leadoff man in the 9-hole today, the first baseman, Michael Roselle. The first pitch to him is up and away for ball 1. Roselle was the first batter that Liam Martin faced back in the third. Martin then wore a ground ball from him, bouncing off his foot, off the leather of his glove. He eventually fielded it cleanly and tossed it over to Keaton Davis for the first out. He spikes this one in the dirt. The runner on second in Josh Eisfelder thought about digging for third and instead stays there as Roy Roseman throws it back to second.
It did get away from Roseman, but good job by Roseman to at least keep it within a good distance. Slid to his right to keep that one in front of him. It bounces a little bit to the right side, not enough for either Blue Cap to advance.
Roselle searching for his first hit in quite a while. Ahead in the count 2-0. The breaking ball on the outside half catches a piece of the zone for strike one.
That's a gutsy pitch. 2-0 slider, and it just barely caught low and away. Really nice pitch.
Liam Martin dotting the zone today. This one, though, gets away from him. Good stop by the catcher, Roy Roseman, to keep that one in front of him. Eisfelder and Lockwood stay at second and first. Both men on, singled to start off this inning. And then it was Grayson Schnerley, the center fielder, who just struck out a moment ago. And now Liam Martin finds himself behind 3-1 to the dangerous Michael Roselle, who takes ball 4 up and in. Bases loaded now as the Blue Caps turn to the top of the order in the left fielder, Carter Lang.
That'll spark a little bit of a meeting at the mound. Roseman just walking up to Martin, probably telling him, hey, you have the biggest cushion in the world with the 14 runs. Be aggressive on this next guy. Let's see if we can get him to ground into a double play or get an out. Nice strikeout. Just positive affirmations for Martin, who is in a great situation. He has one out. Obviously, the bases are loaded, but one pitch away from walking back to the dugout as well.
And for the second consecutive inning, the bases are loaded against Liam Martin, who spikes the first offering to Carter Lang in the dirt for ball 1. That fastball just gets away from the Kankakee Community College Cavalier. Here's the 0-1. It's a fastball down and in, and it produces a swing and a miss from Carter Lang.
Really good swing from Lang, though. That one, I think he just missed it. He took that swing, and I was kind of looking to the left side to see where the ball was going to go, and he didn't touch it.
Martin gets set from the belt, kicks and deals, and this one's going to be a pop-up right over our heads in foul territory as it slams on the upper part of the concourse. 1-2 now with one out and the bases loaded for Carter Lang. Carter Lang 0 for 1 already from the righty's batter's box. It's a swing and a miss for strike 3.
Beautiful execution of that at-bat. Really nice mound visit from Roseman. Has the maturity, knows the situation. Go out, talk to the pitcher, get his mind in the right space, and it proved very effective there as he gets the strikeout on Lang. Lang having trouble today. Popped out, struck out, was hit by a pitch in the third, but hasn't been able to get much going as of late.
The shortstop, Austin Lucas, now steps in on the left-hand side. He'll chop this one over to third. Nice play by Maddox Clowder, and he's just going to tag out the runner going from second to third. It'll be Lockwood who's tagged out. And because the tag was applied, Josh Eisfelder had the opportunity to score, but did not reach home in time. So for the second straight inning, the Blue Caps leave the bases loaded and are still down 14-0. 4 innings in the books here at the Corn Crib. The Prairie Flamingos will have a chance in the top of the 5th to extend this lead. You're listening to KCL Baseball on the official YouTube of the Normal Corn Belters. Down 14-0. Drew Ward is the new right-hander out there for the Blue Caps, and he'll face the designated hitter Anthony Couch to lead things off. His first pitch is in the dirt and low for ball one. Anthony Couch on the day has reached base safely all 3 times. Here's the 1-0. It's chopped to the left side. Braden Montgomery's got it over at third. He whips it across his body and over to Michael Rosell in time for out number 1.
And with it being a 14-0 game here in the 5th, obviously 10-run rule in effect should the Blue Caps not score this next half inning. Wanted to highlight Roy Roseman. He is a home run away from the cycle, which obviously in the KCL, very hard to hit a cycle. But
yes,
it's kind of funny. In the first inning, he had a single with 1 RBI, had that 2-run double, then a 3-run triple in the 4th. So we were talking, what if you hit a grand slam to make it a 4-run home run 4-bagger? That would be an unbelievable cycle. That would be the greatest one I've ever seen live.
No doubt. Maddox Clotter fouled the first pitch off from Drew Ward for strike 1. Here's the 0-1, and it's a swing and a miss for strike 2. Going back to your player of the game in Roy Roseman, that's 6 total bases and 6 RBIs with a couple of stolen bases. Here's the 0-2. It's a fastball high for ball 1 to Maddox Clotter. Maddox Clotter has reached base twice today, once on an error, the other on a double that came back in the first. The 1-2, an off-speed pitch that misses inside to even the count at 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 away after the Anthony Couch ground out to the third baseman Braden Montgomery. Here's the 2-2, and it drops just a bit low for ball 3. Full count now to Maddox Clotter. Clotter has been swinging a hot bat all season long, leads the team in batting average, but he'll look at that one for strike 3. A big backwards K for Drew Ward for out number 2 here in the top half of the 5th.
That's huge for Drew Ward. You come into a situation that's kind of a unique one to be able to succeed like he has so far in this half inning quickly. It's been really nice to see from him.
Sure has, and it'll bring up the right-handed left fielder, Braden Elliott, for the 4th time tonight. The off-speed pitch from Drew Ward catches a piece of the top of the zone for strike 1. From the windup, a drive and a looper to right. It'll get down right in front of Carson Butler, and it'll get past him as he jogs to the ball. And standing at second base now is Braden Elliott. It'll go down as a single, and the 7th error of the game against the Blue Caps. The 5th different player with an error to his name, Braden. Make it make sense.
I don't know. I think, honestly, like, in a 14-0 game, like, you might as well try and die for one. That's my thing. Butler probably could have made a play on it, but decided to let it fall. Play conservative, but I don't think there's a reason to play conservative when it's 14-0. Make a play, make yourself feel good about yourself, but likes to let it drop. And as we know, the turf, big bounce off the turf, went right over his head and allowed Elliott to get to second.
Grant Dose now steps in. He fouled away the first offering from Ward, and the second from him is high for ball 1. 1-1 the count with 2 outs, and Braden Elliott is the runner on second. Ward kicks and deals this one low. Bounces away from Eisfelder. He has trouble looking for it. It's behind the batter. Finally locates it as Braden Elliott stays put on second. The errors just continue to pile up in this one for the Blue Caps. Here's the 2-1. It's high and inside off the glove of Josh Eisfelder. Braden Elliott will stay at second. And up 14-0. That's a nice gesture out of the Prairie Flamingos.
I'm not sure if that was the intent or I don't know. No comment on that.
Feel like he very well could have had third there.
Probably.
The 3-1 is spiked right in front of home plate for ball 4. So it's another walk issued by this Blue Caps pitching staff today. They've also hit a batter in Alec Novotny back in the 4th. So 2 men on now with 2 outs. Brings up the right fielder, number 1, Blade Friedmansky. And if he finishes this at-bat, each batter for the Prairie Flamingos will have 4 at-bats. And he does. It goes off the second baseman, and 1 run will come in to score. Make it 15-0 now.
I don't think that's going to be an error. That was hit very hard, right off of, I think, caught part of the chest of Lucas. I'm glad he's all right. And then it bounced into right. And that'll make it 15-0 for the Prairie Flamingos.
That one bounced awkwardly off the second baseman. But yes, it is a hit. And now Cole Yates will be up for the 5th time today. The first offering of the right hand of Drew Ward is an off-speed pitch low and away for ball 1. 1-0 the count, runners on first and second. This one laced into left. It's going to get well over the head of the center fielder, Grayson Schnurley. 1 run's going to come in. The second's going to come in standing as well. And it's a 2 RBI double off the bat of Cole Yates to make this a 17-0 game. My goodness.
Just an offensive onslaught from the Prairie Flamingos. They have 2 errors themselves, so just kind of a poor defensive game for both teams. Obviously, the Blue Caps a little bit more poor, but yeah, just one-sided affair, and Blue Caps kind of shooting themselves in the foot a little bit.
If Friedmansky was thinking, he would have stayed put at third to give Alec Novotny a chance to walk here to load the bases for Roy Roseman.
Well, that was obviously why.
But he decided to come in to score to make this a 17-0 ball game as the first pitch to Novotny misses the zone for ball 1. Novotny has scored all 4 times today that he's been on base, and he rips one right at Austin Lucas, who hauls it in for out number 3. So Roy Roseman won't have a chance at the cycle today, but it's still a phenomenal hitting day for the Prairie Flamingos, who take advantage of a flurry of errors from the Blue Caps defense. So through 4.5 innings here at the Corn Crib, it's 17-0 in favor of the Prairie Flamingos, and the Blue Caps will have a chance to avoid the mercy rule. But Braden, they'll need 8 runs in the 5th, and with the way this has gone so far, it doesn't seem very likely whatsoever.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty tough. And, I mean, just looking at some of the body language of the players over there on the right side, probably going to be even more tough, I would say. But it's a chance for people to go up and take some haps, get some more reps. I mean, every rep is valuable, right, regardless of the score. So that's the mindset I'd take into this at-bat if I was a Blue Caps hitter.
It looks like Liam Martin's day is done for the Prairie Flamingos, as Drew Ward is the new right-hander out there for the Flamingos, looking to close this one out. Drew Ward already with 3 innings of work to his name this season. He's played in only 2 games. And that's my mistake. It'll be Anthony Couch stepping in for the Prairie Flamingos. Anthony Couch out of Spoon River College and Ottawa, Illinois, listed as an infielder and a right-handed pitcher. This year so far. Would you look at that? Also 3 innings of work and 2 games played. So the stat line wasn't too far off. His ERA of 7 a bit on the weaker side, but again, a very small sample size. The second baseman, number 15, Michael Lucas, who did not play yesterday, will lead things off against Anthony Couch. Michael Lucas has reached safely both times today with his double back in the first and a walk in the third inning. The first offering from Couch, a fastball low and away for ball one. 1-0 to the leadoff man here in the bottom of the fifth. Another fastball this time catches a piece of the zone for strike one. 1-1 the count now to the right-handed Michael Lucas. He'll chop this one over the left side. Alec Novotny, the shortstop, is there and makes a beautiful throw over to Keaton Davis at first for the first out.
I want to remind everybody that following the conclusion of this one should, well, regardless if the game ends after this half inning or if the BlueCaps do score 5 or it would have to be 6 runs. Or no, it would be 7. Wow. So if they were to score enough runs to keep going, regardless, after this one, Bobcats grounds lost will play directly following the end of this one, 20 minutes after conclusion.
The windup and the pitch to Braden Montgomery is spiked low and outside for ball one.
Sorry, I took the long way to get to the point there. I should have just nailed it down right away.
The 1-0 swung on and fouled sharply down the left side to even out the count at one apiece with one away after the Alec Novotny putout of Michael Lucas. Montgomery will chop this one back to the pitcher Couch. He'll toss it over to Davis for out number 2. And just like that, the Prairie Flamingos are 1 out away from winning this one. It'll be up to the bat of the right fielder and right-handed batter, Carson Butler, who's already walked and struck out today. The off-speed pitch to him misses high for ball one. Anthony Couch, wasting no time, gets back into his windup and fires. This pitch just outside for ball two. 2-0 the count now with 2 outs in the bottom of the fifth. Prairie Flamingos with a 17-0 lead. The 2-0 swung on and missed for strike one. Big swing there from Carson Butler. Anthony Couch back at it. The 2-1, another swing and a miss out of the right fielder. Evens this count up at 2 apiece with 2 outs. And now the Prairie Flamingos just 1 strike away from winning this one in the most dominant of fashions. The windup and the pitch. It's chopped back up the middle. Alec Novotny, the shortstop, barehands it and fires across his body. And that'll do it. The Prairie Flamingos win this one 17-0 and jump ahead of the BlueCaps in the standings. The Prairie Flamingos are now in 3rd place, and if the season were to end right now, they would square off with the Ground Sloths in the first round.
Leo, I apologize in advance. Not a whole lot to comment on this one. It's a very one-sided game for the Prairie Flamingos, and 17-0 your final. They scored in every half inning. So great job by them, but for the BlueCaps, I think it's just one that you got to kind of throw away and forget about, I would say. With all the errors, a lot of self-inflicted stuff, it's all, I would argue that, when I would play anyway, a lot of errors are made mentally, whether it's not ready to receive the baseball, doubt creeping in, like yips or something like that. But it just looked like everyone kind of was a little bit off today, I would say, for the BlueCaps. So it's something you're just going to have to throw away and forget about. Everyone has bad days, so they'll be back and ready the next time the KCO comes back to the Corn Crib. They will be ready to go, I'm sure of it. But in this one, Prairie Flamingos victorious in this one, 17-0.
The Prairie Flamingos enter the contest with a -9 run differential. That'll be up to +8 after this one. And if the standings were just based on run differential, they would be in second place, as the Groundsloths have only outscored their opponents this year by 5 runs. And they'll be set to face the defending champion Bobcats in 20 minutes' time. That's all we have for you for Game 1 of this GayCL doubleheader. It's myself, Leo Romano, and Braden Hartman saying goodbye, and to stick around for Game 2 in just a few minutes' time.